Girl, Orlando Brown is back spilling Thetia on Diddy. And y'all know that whenever Orlando speaks, he always has a lot to say, and this time it's no different. Y'all know how the street shade been saying that Diddy allegedly has an STI. Well, Orlando is now claiming that not only does Diddy have an STI, but he has been passing the sty around like party favors at his freaky deaky parties. But hold up, because it gets even spicier from here. See, according to Orlando, Diddy was not the only one spreading the infection space. Some of y'all's faves were also passing it around at the parties. So who exactly did Orlando name? And why has everyone been silent on this? Let's break it down. Okay, so Orlando Brown has proven over and over again that he's never going to stop spilling the tea when it comes to the things he saw at Diddy's parties. If y'all have been following him for a while, then you know that he was one of the very first people to call out Diddy for being super shady. At the time, everyone accused Orlando of being crazy and high out of his mind. Best the things he said at time sounded too wild to be true. He claimed that Diddy allegedly gave him the Gok 3000, if you catch my drift. Yo, Diddy, you gave me the skashkubash. You gave me the muaf, the smoosh, daddy, yeah, son. I mean, you gave me the cash mash. Love it, yo, I love it. You gave me the cash mash. He also had something interesting to say about the industry and how it press on young and vulnerable people like him. They make you buckle, bro. You know what I'm saying, like they make you start crying, like you know what I'm saying. What people do like, well, he was eventually vindicated when all those creepy stuff came out about Diddy, and now he has something more to say. See, a couple of weeks ago, Jagarite came out to reveal that Diddy allegedly has an STD, and he has had it for a long time. And not just that, she also claimed that he passed the STI to more than 20 other men in the industry, actually caught HIV, like having like a lot of womano. Yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins. I'm just saying, you want to know what's wild about Thatha? He faced that head up, he did, and he didn't stop doing what he's done. He advocate. No, he did that and like it. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable? Gee, come on, in the Gomikus I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names and wouldn't nobody be able to sue me. At the time, Jaguar didn't name who it was that was at the parties when Diddy passed around the ST diss, but it turns out that we don't exactly need her to do so, cause Orlando Brown is more than happy to do so. And boy, he had a lot to say. In a new interview, he revealed that he was not willing to bend over for Diddy. He pushed back as hard as he was. I said, I'm not giving my up. That's no to code, ain't no code to that. I'm not bending on even no couches, y'all. Ain't running up me, ain't no studio for me to go to Goggett and be looking like somebody's underscore get the out of here. None of that. And in true Orlando fashion, he was more than willing to name names. And the first names on his list were Meek Mill and Will Smith to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy. Man, look, I can't take back what you receive. That's just like the video that's coming out with him and Will Smith getting the Will Smith. You ain't heard the Will Smith footage. Yeah, alright, Will Smith, you got them. They got the Carl Winslow girl. At this point, Meek Mill is never beating the Diddy allegations. The streets have been saying for a long time that Meek was allegedly Diddy's boon, and the more he denies it, the more people come up with receipts to expose him for lying. And at some point, he's going to want to own it, because denying it is not going to do him any good. Lil Rod even exposed him in his lawsuit when he dropped some tea about supposedly hooking up with a Philly rapper who once dated Nicki Minaj, basically screaming Meek Mill without actually saying his name. Meek could have just let it slide and watched there more die out, but nope, he jumped online, fired off a bunch of tweets, and without directly admitting anything, pretty much told the world exactly what they were already thinking. He said stuff like, I'm from Philly, I don't Donis Candy or Freaky Molly, nobody won't even offer me that because I'm that thievy. No man or what would ever approach me about gay activity, and you whole place don't get flipped. woke up seeing this. On every blog like they know him coming. He also said, "That's why I always come around all these industringes with my real friends. You never catch me around anybody from the industry alone. You can't even hold a convo without my dog stepping in. It's been that way." Then this video leaked of him and Diddy posted in, it was sus AF. "Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you, and don't even get me started on Tennessee video that was leaked by Diddy's bodyguard of Diddy taking Meek Mill top downtown passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to Theodore and I brought the phone cause Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the going on, but I just heard balls slapping against cheeks. I heard struggling to take. I heard being like, yeah, daddy, like when he startled that daddy this and daddy that. And then I heard some hauling and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and he recorded all this. Now, Meek Mill we expected, but Will Smith, that one we didn't see coming and there was no way we could have expected Will's name to come up. When y'all think about it for a minute, it's notable that surprising because Will Smith has faced more than his own fair share of gay allegations over the years. And no Orlando is claiming that Will was allegedly at the special Diddy parties. If you catch my drift, the reports off the fair aren't exactly new because they have been around for a long time. This was further fueled when Diddy's former bodyguard exposed Diddy for going to gay parties with Will. You told me before that she was at a party before that they attended and you say the party was weird. Tell me about it. I guess that's what Tupac was talking about. Illuminati, and it's like Biblical Fox was with this big gay man. He was 69. They called him his name 6ix9ine. He had a red hair with a big old booty and nobody was gay over. What is going on here? It's just a lot of weird dude another. Diddy's former bodyguards also exposed him for being gay and doing some intimate things with another rapper who the bodyguard didn't name. Artists run out the room naked and theorists said, "You ain't want to come up in there." It was a lot of freaky going on. For anyone who might not know, before Will became a full-blown movie star, he was actually a rapper and a pretty successful one at that. He won for Grammy Awards in rap categories, so wasn't just dabbling, he had real credentials, and just when it seemed like the drama couldn't get any messier, Jaguar took it up a notch. She claimed that both Will and Jada are bisexual and have allegedly been involved in some unsettling situations with young men in Hollywood. According to her, Augusto Senna wasn't the only rapper who had an entanglement with the Smiths. The most disturbing part, though, was when she said some of these young men left the Smithsham visibly shaken and a few were even screaming as they walked. House and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mill's Jaguar being Jaguar was not afraid to drop some names because she name-dropped some of the young rappers who were allegedly traumatized by Will and Jada, but Sheer Gray left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed doll. Then things really went off the rails when Will's former bodyguard Dial came out with some wild accusations. Heckling Diddy had an affair with actor Dwayne Martin, and that wasn't even the real shocker. What really had people's jaws on the floor was his former assistant Bell's story about allegedly walking in on Dwayne bending Will over. Rumors about Will and Dwayne have been floating around since the 9 South back when they first got close on the set of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They built a tight friendship, and Dwayne even became close with Will's first wife, Sherry Zampino. Ironically, it was through Dwayne and his then wife, Tisha Campbell, that Will met Jada, who would go on to be his second wife. At that time, Will was still married to Sherry, but that didn't seem to stop Dwayne. According to some, he had no problem crossing those lines and allegedly even played a role in Will and Cher's breakup. Some people believe Dwayne wanted Will all to himself and that introducing him to Jada was part of Theblin. The idea was that their marriage just would work as the perfect cover while something else was happening behind the scenes, and here's where it gets even messier. This wouldn't be the first time Wayne's been accused of stirring up trouble in someone else's marriage. Actress Lisa McCoy once publicly called him out, saying he had a hand in ruining her marriage, too. She claimed Wayne had a habit of introducing her husband to other women, which eventually led to their split. According to her, Hugh is out here playing matchmaker, but not in a good way. But y'all want to know the crazy part about this? It's that Wayne also tried to break Will and Jada apart because he was spending so much time with Will that it put a strain on his marriage with Jada. According to an insider at the time, Will spend significantly more time with Dwayne than he does Jada and the kids, and as time goes by, Jada is growing more upset about it. Jada can't stand Will's relationship with Dwayne. She feels like Will flaunts it in her face, hanging out with him every day and taking him on exotic vacations while she's sitting home alone. To make matters worse, Diddy's former assistant, Bilal, spilled the tea, outing him for getting cozy with Dwayne and even doing the deed in public. 3 minutes later, after them telling, "Hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this." So I'm running all over the studio, he's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria, I'm like, but I see Hisker there. I'm like, where is this guy? Alright. I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne having with Will. Let me process that for a second. There was a couch and Will was bent over on the couch and Dwayne was ending up killing him. Girl, say what? Now, this drama kind of reminds me of this scene. How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over? Ain't nobody bending me over. So you doing the bending? Is that what it is? There were other names on the list, including people like French Montana, Eco Cyrus, and even Cassie. Again, these names aren't surprising. For example, know y'all remember that zesty video of Diddy singing happy birthday to French Montana. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. This is a special birthday for both of us, and as sad as it sounds, Cassie is all solaged to have caught something from Freakoffs. She was sued by an escort Will claimed that she gave him. Considering their Freakoffs, according to reports, Clayton sued Diddy and Cassie with some bombshell claims, including that she gave him STD and forced him to have intercourse with her while she was menstruating. Bro, this Diddy rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper the more we talk about it. And at this point, we have to wonder if we're ever going to get to the bottom of it. Anywho, y'all let me know what you think in the comments and then check out this next video.